Itarukuta, itarukuta, rukurukuta, ta ta, ó bàtà mẹ́ta lọ́gbọ̀gba, Ọ̀yọ́ ni wọ́n rè ó, ọ̀pẹ ìwọ ni wọ́n bá lọ.
Ẹ̀wí àdó
Ìtàrúkúta.
Àwa ò ní fìyìn fọ́mọ ẹlòmíì. Àwa ò ní fìyìn fọ́mọ ẹlòmíì. Ìwọ la ó máa fìyìn náà fún Ifá. Ìwọ la ó máa fìyìn náà fún Ifá. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ló dọ̀là àṣẹ̀bẹ̀. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ló dọ̀là àṣẹ̀bẹ̀. Ifá mo tó dọ́lọ́ mo ra jẹ́jẹ́. Ifá mo tó dọ́lọ́ mo ra jẹ́jẹ́. Ọ̀rúnmìlà ní báwòrò ń bá gbogbo
koríko tó sùn ájú jíjí tó jílé ní o ojú sówó ojú sọ́lá ojú sọ́mọ ojú sí gbogbo eré. For me, it started about 4 years ago when I had some personal experiences. For the most part of my life, I've not really been a religious person, although I was born in a Christian family. I've always had lots of questions about life, existence, and everything. So about 4 years ago, I had some personal experiences, and that motivated me to do research into Yoruba spirituality, and that was how it started. Ọkọ la fi kóbì wáyé, ìgbà kan la mú kóbì kànnà, adífá fún òṣọ́lá ṣọ̀rẹ́ máa gbò, eléyìí tí ó rán obìnrin iṣẹ́, ìjẹ́ṣẹ́ ta róbì, obì ìdíṣẹ́ eré, arúbìnrin iṣẹ́ owó, arúbìnrin iṣẹ́ ọmọ, arúbìnrin iṣẹ́ ajé, arúbìnrin iṣẹ́ gbogbo, iṣẹ́ ta róbì, obì ìdíṣẹ́ eré, yóò jẹ́ eré kàṣà ìjẹ́ eré o.
You know, I was born into Ifa. That's one. And my dad is the kind of person that doesn't force you to be in Ifa with him. No. My dad is a traditionalist. I tried to study Islam a little bit. I tried to study Christianity a little bit. I studied history in school.
Everybody has an Orisha that is their patron Orisha, or their main Orisha, or the crown Orisha, according to the Odu that births you in Ifa. So for Osun devotees, you have certain things that you're supposed to abstain from. We call them taboos, because we believe that certain things don't go well with certain people according to the energy that aligns with you. It doesn't necessarily mean that these things are bad or other people can't do them. It just means for you personally, they don't go well with your energy. So for Osun devotees, you're supposed to abstain from colors like black and red. There's certain food that you're not supposed to eat. Osun devotees don't consume guinea corn, meaning they don't consume guinea corn, and they don't take guinea corn products like malt, certain beverages that were brewed from guinea corn, and then that basically is it.
Ori is probably the most important Orisha, if we can call it that, in the sense that every other one can leave you, but your Ori cannot leave you. It's your guardian angel. In Igbo language, they call it your chi.
Our own worship system is ordinala. Ordinala. In some part of Igbo, they say ordinary, right? So it depends on which part of Igbo land you're from. The Anambras will say Ani, like they call Allah. The Imos will call Allah. The Anambras will say Ani. So it depends on which part you're from. So either ordinala or ordinary, depends on, like I say, where you're from. So that's our worship system, and it's the belief in a supreme existence of God. Chineke. Some you can call it Chuku, which was originated from the arrow. But Chineke. All right? And also believe in Alosi, the smaller deities that serve the supreme God.
So we also need to propitiate Ori. Ibori, we call it. And those are the kind of things that I assist younger people or people who are coming in to get through. and also lead them to the path where they can get themselves properly initiated.
This is Igbodu. This is where people get initiated to Ifa. At this point, you get to know your destiny. You get to know who you are, what you want to become. You see, in this life, the only problem we are having, and the most important reason why people get initiated to Ifa is because of taboos. Some people will tell you, okay, after getting initiated to Ifa, will I become billionaire? Will I have all the money in the world? No. Ifa does not promise you any money in the world. But Ifa promise you that you will never lack. And after getting initiated, Ifa does not say you won't have any problem again. No, you will have challenges, but you will always overcome them.
When you are a mentor to somebody who is a practitioner, the person will undergo an educational system that is totally and completely different from what we have in the Western world. Because in the Western world, when you want to train someone, you will put all of them in the same class. And then they will be there for 1 year. After 1 year, that is when you think of promotion. It is not like that in the traditional setting. When you want to train someone, you train that person according to his or her capability. For example, you can have 5 students at the same time, and one will graduate 3 years after, the other one may not graduate 20 years after. Everything depends on the capability of the various students, and you have to monitor their capability. So it is different. And also, before you can say you are somebody's mentor, what it means is that you are the Baba Ifa of that person, and the Baba Ifa means the trainer of the person. The person will rely exclusively on you. And before you can move from a beginner to somebody who we can say will graduate, in quotes, there is you need to undergo 7 different ashes.
Because initiation is bringing you into what I would call the sacred aspects of Ifa, where you can now acquire what we call the ashe. The ashe is what is loosely translated, it means authority.
Ṣebí ìwọ Olódùmarè ọba atẹ́lẹ́gẹ́lẹ́gẹ́ forí ṣàpèjì omi ìwọ lọ́rin ọ̀run mi làbára agun rẹ̀ gún wálé ayé láti wá fi fátúnlé ayé sí. Àwa jí láàárọ̀ yìí báyìí gbogbo ire kan ire kejì.
I don't think there's a point of conversion. I think what really exists is that point where you just make up your mind that this is it. Make up your mind that everything you've been told has been a lie, and then just decide to stand on the side of the truth.
So when I enter school, I always have my beads, my neck, on my hand, and they will be like, "Are you a traditionalist?" I'm like, "Yeah." So some of them will move back. They'll be like, yeah, I don't want to move with you. We heard that you people used to do juju, used to use people for your ritual. Okay, and I won't say anything.
Ifa has 8 essences. The ritualistic asset is just one. And that is the one that everybody lays so much power, so much capital on, because that is the one they see functioning. They do not see the other ones.
Olódùmarè ìbàrẹ̀ ìbà ilẹ̀ ọ̀gẹ́rẹ́ àfọkọ́yẹrí alágbèrè tamara ìpìlẹ̀ àwọ̀kà ìbà bàbá ìbà ìyé ìbà kọ́ni nífà ìbà tẹnulódù ìbólúwo ìbójú gbọ́nà wájú ọpọ́n ọgbọ́ èèyàn pọ̀ ọgbọ́ olùmọ́lọ́tún ọ̀ràn kan lọ́sí àrán pọ́n ìtarun ìyẹ̀ lóní kò mọ́yẹ̀ wọn báyìí.
The ile we are standing on, that's where we bury things. That's where we have growth of our fruits and everything. So that's we swear ile and toba dale ile babalelo. So the earth around us, we have observed it so much that all the vibratory energy inherent in it is within our grasp.
Okay, let's just start by asking questions. Okay, now you said Ifa is this. Okay, now tell us, what is Ifa? Ifa is the voice of Olodumare. How does it work? You will know. You will know that Ifa is not just religion. It has history. It has esoteric essence, spiritual essence, cultural essence. Ifa has everything.
tí mo ta gbogbo dé tí mo lẹ́bi tí mo láyádé nǹkan táwọn náà bá yọrí sí wọn yọrí sí rere ni o ọmọ ayé bá bò bàtà fò sẹ́nu ọ̀nà mi o ẹnì kórè bẹ̀rẹ̀ kó ṣe o.
We all believe Ifa is demonic, Ifa is idol worshipping and all that. But no, you have to connect to spirituality to hear the voice of the universe. That's what Ifa is. We are connecting to everything around us.
Well, I think one main principle that guides my life is just to not hurt anybody deliberately, not cause harm to anybody deliberately. That's basically it. Because I believe that life doesn't have a particular blueprint, right? The Yorubas have an adage that says, right? Different stroke for different folks. So you have to take life the way it presents itself to you. So if there's like a motto that somebody abides by, it may not be useful for you.
Ifa itself already laid, principles. They èèyàn láti tẹ̀lé. Àkọ́kọ́, òun láti tí nǹkan kan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ, kó tó di pé o lè gbégbèsè kankan lórí ẹ. Wà á kọ́kọ́ rò nínú ara ẹ pé tí nǹkan ìbá ṣẹlẹ̀ s'Ọ̀rúnmìlà kí l'Ọ̀rúnmìlà máa ṣe. First thing tí máa ń kọ́kọ́ wò nìyẹn. Tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ s'Ọ̀rúnmìlà, máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jókòó, máa ronú nínú àwọn òdùfá kéékèèké táwa náà mọ̀ tán kọ́ wa. Pé òkè ìgbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ s'Ọ̀rúnmìlà kí ló ṣe? Ìgbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ s'Ọ̀rúnmìlà kí ló ṣe? Ìgbà tó ṣẹlẹ̀ s'Ọ̀rúnmìlà kí ló ṣe? Nínú òdùbá, nínú òdùbá, nínú òdùbá. Nǹkan t'Ọ̀rúnmìlà tí bá rí pé Ọ̀rúnmìlà ṣe yẹn, òun lèmi náà máa ṣe. Ìyẹn ni. Ẹ̀ǹkejì, Ifá sọ pé béèyàn bá ṣẹ̀ kó o tó lè bínú, kó o tó lè sọ pé o fẹ́ bínú rárá téèyàn bá ṣẹ̀, òun láti kọ́kọ́ dúró ó kéré ju ọdún 16 kó tó lè bínú. Mo máa ń gbìyànjú láti lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ because mi ń ṣ'Ọ̀rúnmìlà èèyàn ẹlẹ́ran ara lèmi náà but ara àwọn principle yẹn so mo máa ń try láti jẹ́ kó rí pé kí n tó bínú ó máa ń pẹ́.
Back in those days, in every community, we always have something like this. As you can see now, you can see all these elderly women dancing, see people beating drums, masquerades, and there is a particular verse in Ifa that makes it known that whenever you see masquerade, it signifies happiness. You see kids running after masquerade, dancing, playing. But nowadays, what's happening? Immediately we see a masquerade, you see people carrying their child. Hey! Even the elderly ones will run away. Why are you running? You see, we don't need to be running from something we don't understand. Ask questions.
Issue is not Satan. Àwọn kan lákọ̀ jókòó láàárọ̀ pé òkè èṣù Sátánì kí ló fà nígbà wo ló bẹ̀rẹ̀.
If you look at Bible, Yoruba Bible, they will translate John to Johanu or Mary to Maria. Why did they not translate Satan to Satani? Why did they have to use Eshu? It was a deliberate strategy. Eshu is probably one of the most important in the pantheon because he's the keeper of Uludumare's Ashe. The airwaves is his realm and the crossroads, Onile Orita. Now, if you have any deity, for instance, if you're Shogo or if you're Ifa or whatever, there will always be issue with you, with it.
I remembered when Henry Townsend came to Yoruba land in Abeokuta. Which one is this that you put? Oh, that is the issue of the Osun. They went to Ogun. Which one is this? That is the issue of the Ogun. They went to this. What is this? That is the issue of the Sogo. So they knew that if there is anything they need to demonize, it must be issue.
Orunmila, the wisdom divinity that brought Ifa, this companion was Eshu. If he needed to perform something that is supernatural, put it that way, it is a share of Eshu that he uses. And that's when Yoruba say, Ofi yere shonwaro from issue. So the invading missionaries, they realize that. So that most powerful deity has to be destroyed. It has to be negatively labeled. So they decided to appropriate issue for Satan.
And it has become an annual thing. Tá ń ṣe lọ́dọọdún. Láti lè educate àwọn èèyàn káwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ lè mọ̀ wípé èṣù kìí ṣe Sátánì. Because ibi tí demonization ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn fún àṣà àti ìṣe wa.
This is an elderly man, and see young people sitting by his feet. It means that they want to learn. And this is our own mode of education. Education has been existing in Africa since time. It's just that education is passed down differently in different places.
Everything is oral. It's oral. But though we have some prominent and eminent people that knows more, vast in knowledge, that they write some books, but we don't really use book. Everything is oral, from knowledge. They pass it down to you, maybe teaching you in oral words, just pure words. So they are all ways. So we don't write it down. We don't write anything down.
If you have all the textbooks in the world where all this information had been put, you are still not a Babalawo. Because you don't have anybody who will pass that ashe. It's from mouth to mouth. It is not something that you can see in the book. You cannot say, oh, I pay my homage to Google where I got this information.
I personally don't view Orisha necessarily as metaphysical beings somewhere. That's the picture a lot of people who are not in the tradition, they get. That Orishas are metaphysical beings existing somewhere. The more like energies that exist in every person. So, when you do your initiation and then your Odu comes out, and then the Orisha that is aligned with your own energy is revealed. So, that's the Orisha of your head. So, you see, for me, when I'm doing this, it's like I'm speaking to the Osun energy in me. This is the Iroke. The Iroke, we believe that Iroke carries Ashe. Ashe literally means, so will you be speaking things into existence. So, this is my Ifa bowl. Inside I have my Ikim. This is Osun. That's the altar. Inside it, altar is pebbles, the kind you find at the bottom of, the streams and the water. Symbolizes Osun, of course, the color white. This is a figurine that I saw, and I felt, for me, it represents what Osun means to me. Femininity, motherliness, fashionable. Yeah, Osun likes fashion, art, music, dance.
We have here Nenebi Nene, the first human that Olodumare created, according to Ifa. Her name is Nenebi Nene, Enibieni. So shortened to Nenebi Nene. In Ifa, in Osagun, it was clear that Olodumare created a woman first, and not man.
I'm Yanifa, and Yeye Oluijo Ogbiarara Temple. I married my husband almost 38 years ago. But my family background, from my own family, we are Christians. When I told my father that I want to marry Ibishola Bani, he said, no, if I ran away from home. I just decided that it's him that I want to marry. And I was initiated to Ifa almost 25 years ago. ní Ifá worship bá a ṣe wá sí obìnrin ń dáfá mo lọ́mọ tó lè dáfá ọkùnrin ṣe ń dáfá lọ́dọ̀ wa obìnrin dáfá àtòsíkò tó bá máa fẹ́ bọ oòrùn obìnrin ò lè ojú tá a bá fẹ́ tẹ̀fá gba obìnrin la máa wà ń bẹ̀ obìnrin tó bá ti tẹ̀fá ó lè wọ gbódù èyí tí ò bá yìí tẹ̀fá ó lè wọ gbódù tí a bá fẹ́ ṣe service tó bá pẹ́ a fẹ́ ṣe prayer nsìn a fẹ́ ṣe wúre nsìn obìnrin lè wúre obìnrin ń wúre obìnrin ń ṣe ọ̀gá àwòkọ àwọn tó ń kọrin nìyẹn o sing calling stars náà là ń pè láwòkọ lọ́dọ̀ tiwa obìnrin ń ṣe ọ̀gá àwòkọ.
ìlànà Ifá wọ ọmọ tó bá ti jẹ́ ọmọ bíbí Ifá tó ti ń wá irú nǹkan kó má jẹ́ nípò kọ̀ tiẹ̀ wá láti ta tó bá tiẹ̀ ti ń bá wa ṣe service lásán tó ti ń wá Sunday service àti bí ó bá ti dìkan náà kò lẹ́ sí pé a máa ń yèèyàn kan sọ́tàn pé ọmọ ọkùnrin lélẹ̀ ọmọ obìnrin lélẹ̀ nǹkan báyìí ní kíkọ́ ọkùnrin ṣe nǹkan báyìí ní kíkọ́ obìnrin ṣe kò sí rẹ̀ nǹkan tí Táyé bá ti ṣe òun ni Kẹ́hìndé náà máa ṣe.
ìyàtọ̀ kan ṣoṣo tí mo lè sọ pé obìnrin ò lè ṣe nípa ni pé tó bá fẹ́ tẹ̀fá fún yàn tó fẹ́ tẹ̀fá kóbìnrin jẹ́ bóyá ojúgbọ́n náà tó bá nídìí àwọn tó fẹ́ tẹ̀fá yẹn tó bá mú wọn gbogbo dù ọkùnrin ló máa ń lídìí pé bóyá kó dójú gbọ́n náà lábàá fẹ́ tẹ̀fá fún àwọn òun à ń discriminate nífàdé ẹ wo orú ọ̀pá àṣetẹ̀ sọ yẹn nígbà tá a lọ sí òkè ọlọ́ta every year ẹ máa ń lọ a world Ifa pilgrimage bóyá ti lára àwọn mọ́tò wa world Ifa pilgrimage pàtà débẹ̀ àwọn tó jẹ́ babaláwo tó jẹ́ àwọn ògbóǹtarìgì àwọn obìnrin wà nù wọn èmi àti woman leader lágbọ́ ọ̀pá àṣẹ dání báyìí ọ̀pá àṣẹ yẹn kẹrin kò sí àdúrà tí wọn lè fi ṣe tí ò ní mú wọlé àṣẹ kò sádùúrà tá a bá fi ọ̀pá yìí ṣe tó lódùmarè ò ní mú wọlé àṣẹ tó bó ṣe wà ní.
ní Nàìjíríà tó ní bẹ́ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kọ́fà àti mo fẹ́ mọ èdè Yorùbá. Yes, because I think that Ifa is the truth. So in Venezuela, àwọn èèyàn púpọ̀ believe in Ifa àti òrìṣà.
Ló ní ìsinmi.
Ẹni tó bá forí kọ́ ló ní ìsinmi.
Ọ̀rúnmìlà wíhìn.
Ọ̀rúnmìlà wíhìn.
Ifá mo ló dí mi nísinsìnyí bára mi àgbọnirẹ̀gún.
Ifá mo ló dí mi nísinsìnyí bára mi àgbọnirẹ̀gún.
Ẹni tó bá fi lárúbọ láyé ńlọ́lá.
Ẹni tó bá fi lárúbọ láyé ńlọ́lá.
Ọ̀rúnmìlà wíhìn.
Ọ̀rúnmìlà wíhìn.
Because in Venezuela, I have temples. The name of that temple is Otrupon Ishokun. So plenty people over. So my Baba Ifa, Solabade Popoola, decides with Oluwo in my temple, decides Fashola come to Nigeria and call Ifa. Because the knowledge in Ifa in Venezuela is maybe 10%, 20%. So that's the reason why I come to Nigeria.
tó ń lọ Mọ́kà tó ń lọ náwó àìmọye owó sí ìlú bòmí yẹn wọ́n àwọn Christian tó ń lọ sí Jerusalem tó ń lọ àìmọye owó ṣe ara wọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe kò sẹ́ni tó ń jó oníṣẹ̀ṣe tó ń ráre sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹ yín kò sí oníṣẹ̀ṣe tó ń ráre tó bá ti tẹ̀lé Ifá n tá a lè ṣe èmi àfẹ́ tẹ́mi kọ́ lè fẹ́ pé tó bá ti di ọdọọdún tá a máa ń ṣe Ifá pigs èmi rọ ogun àwọn Nàìjíríà kọ́ tiẹ̀ dánwò lẹ́ẹ̀kan kọ́ bá a lọ sókè ọlọ́ta kò sí tó bá tọrọ lókè yẹn tó lódùmarè òde fún wọn tó rà àti rí sáǹpù ìbáwọn tó lọ Mọ́kà náà àwọn náà lọ́tọ̀ àwọn làwọn lọ tọrọ nǹkan ni lọ́jọ́ náà ìmọ̀ owó lọ káwọn náà kọ́ tiẹ̀ wà gbogbo owó tó máa ná kò tó 1/10 owó tó ń ná ní àjì àbí tó ń ná ní Jerusalem abẹ gbogbo Nàìjíríà kọ́ tiẹ̀ bá wa lọ sókè ọlọ́ta yẹn lẹ́ẹ̀kan kọ́ tọrọ nǹkan bẹ̀ nígbà tó lódùmarè gbogbo wa ń pè kọ́ wá wo olódùmarè máa ṣe fún wọn láàrin ọdún yìí.
I don't see the reason why government should fund Nigeria Supreme Council of Islamic Affairs or fund CAN, fund pilgrimages. Oh God of mercy, that is. Can you imagine that? The government is funding people to go and spend money in Mecca and Jerusalem. And your people are here looking for good schools to go to. Each year they go to Israel or Jerusalem, we are denying people quality education and good health care.
tó bá bá promote Ifá tó bá gbé lárugẹ àwọn náà rí tó máa tá ń bẹ̀ láti bẹ̀ àbí ẹni tó bá ṣàbọ̀ plane wa wọ́n wá láti lóyìnbó tó ń wá sí bíbá àwọn òyìnbó tó ń wá bí tẹ́pẹ́ gbogbo táwọn ọlọ́dẹ rí nípasẹ̀ Ifá tó ń bá wálẹ̀ kọ́ wọn fún alẹ́ kejì àbẹ̀ ìjọba kọ́ bá gbé fana kọ́ bá promote Ifá through media kọ́ bá promote Ifá.
The last 2 decades, we've had the greatest destruction of our heritage than we've had in under colonial and missionary movement. We've had shrines destroyed, most important religious artifacts destroyed, and people. And it's unimaginable that people you think are educated, they do these things and say it's in the name of God.
The mask of Idia, which is was the symbol of Festac, supposed to have been something they stole from Benin. Now, I remember Ayinke and others were clamoring for the return of that mask. The British people are telling you that, oh, it's too delicate to be transported and everything. Giving us every reason to feel that they are not going to return it. I think there are some other things in Belgium as well that I've read about.
We don't have anything that is of touristic value in terms of religion. They've been destroyed completely. You don't have any structure, any monument, any artifact you can say it's 800 years anywhere in Nigeria. Do you have? We don't have. You now understand what we've lost. We've lost almost everything.
We were invited by some institute they call Tavistock Institute. Tavistock Institute wanted to know more about how we deal with mental health cases, because the English, well, I can't talk about other Western countries, but in England there is an opinion, and the opinion is based on statistics anyway, that black people are overrepresented in mental health institutions, meaning that mental health institutions are actually failing black people, right? So the Tavistock Institute said they wanted to know whether we, in our indigenous system, have a way of dealing with mental health challenges.
There are 2 things that they never found in Africa here, especially in Yoruba land. There are 2 institutions that they never found: the prisons and the psychiatric institution.
And the same narrative about people using herbalist as a what? As a witch doctor or something? A herbalist. People don't understand the differences. A herbalist. How is a herbalist an evil man? Someone who is a healer, who is going to that priest of healing people. Over time, before the missionaries came, before science came, people were having birth with years.
Most of the things that they consider to be madness, we call it Ewon. And Ewon is attack of Obalua. The moment you know how to remove that attack, you have solved the problem.
What we are preserving is something that's not ours. There's no way you can build, no matter how big and beautiful the cathedral is, It cannot be finer than the one in Paris. It cannot be more important than the one in Rome. But it can put something, no matter how small it is, that it is mine, it's been here, it's connected to me, it's 1,000 years, and to make it have more value than anything you have. So those are the things we've lost. And unfortunately, we are still losing them. And that's why we are trying to get up and confront this problem. The problem is ignorance. Not ignorance in terms of people not going to school. It's people who decide to be ignorant. You see people who believe, I mean, it's professors, right? Who you listen to them and you want to say, what is going on? Look at our Nollywood. I can never play Nollywood in my house. That's the most atrocious, that's even the worst. The narrative they create about our worship system, about our culture and everything is so destructive.
These are part of the things that geared me up to study filmmaking. And like, okay, because you realize that if we don't start telling our own stories, it will still be the same set of people telling our stories the way they want, and they will be biased.
Èèyàn tẹ́ pè ní Babalawo no movie, in reality, àfáà ni, kò mọ ẹsẹ̀ ẹ̀fà kan.
We have an issue with how they depict the culture. The dominant impression that is created is that our own spirituality is predominantly also used for evil. And for me, that's very far from the truth. If people hear Ifa, Babalawo, is, oh, my Orogun, my other wife needs to be killed. And that's where they need assistance from that. Again, one of the appellations of Ifa is Atun Uri Eniti Osun. So Entun Uri Eniti Osun, somebody who is repairing, if I can borrow the word, a good head. How can that kind of system also be involved in killing somebody?
We understand the power of the Nollywood. Even though I am angry at what they're doing, and I also feel that it can be used to change the narrative. So you're looking at how can we use them to create the true narrative of who we were.
So basically, I'm a farmer. This is what I do, and the name of my farm is called Green Bell Farms, and I'm still in the phase of setting up my own company. Although in the past I've worked with others in the industry, but right now I'm trying to set up my own company. Behind me there, drilling is going on to get water. And this is where I'm going to be having my chickens when they come. And hopefully, as time goes by, I'll be able to move into free-range poultry. So what I do is organic farming. Try to inculcate as much nature as I can into my style of farming.
Such an hard-working person, and she's a go-getter. I think that pretty much explains the kind of person she is. It's been really nice working with her. She's actually the very first Ifa devotee that I'll be working with. She's not discriminatory. She takes everyone, you know, as if you're a family, as if you've known each other for a very long time. And I think, to me, well, if devotee or not, well, once you're a good person, Yeah, I think I'm cool.
As a young entrepreneur, trying to do business in a country like Nigeria that is so religious, I've been faced with being ostracized. I've lost a couple of business deals because of my faith. I really won't call it a faith. But because of what I believe in, because of what I stand for, you know. But what I realized is that just do you. The world would fall in line.
I was first getting my admission into Taishulara University of Education. It was hard for me to have friends at first, because it's not something I can hide, or it's something I can hide, but it's not something I want to hide.
People get scared of me until they see my attitude, my character. That's when they were like, oh, you have a good attitude, you have this. So they try to be my friend. But most people first get scared. They don't want to associate with me. Most. But people that are conscious, that knows about life more, they don't get scared. They always reason and understand me.
What I basically have done here is to know what to offer Osun tomorrow for the festival, because tomorrow is the festival, and as an initiate, right, if I'm going to offer certain things. So there's a wide spectrum of things you can feed Orishas with, but you have to know which one exactly which Orisha wants at each time. Osun Osogbo Festival is one of the prominent ones, and it sort of now serves as a rallying point for we traditionalists, because it's one of the only festivals that gets like the biggest support, and it's significant to the people of Osogbo because of the history behind it, about how the people of Osogbo, when they were about to they were trying to start the town, they have a peculiar history with the goddess. So today is their own festival, and the government of Osun State has been supportive. So this is one of the few festivals where we find it kind of like comfortable, you know, because over the years it's grown, and then different activities are coming up. So it's I think to me it's like my new year. Osun Osogbo Festival is like my own new year.
It's a personal decision. We used to be Christians together, but she decided to follow the traditional way. I am not somebody that is against traditions. I'm not against culture. I'm not against our values and our norms, because it's our richness in Yoruba language. So it's a decision. That does not mean I am not going to relate with her or any other thing. You know, when I see this kind of festivals, it gives me the assurance that yes, Yoruba is still living. The religion I preach is love, because when you love somebody, you would not want to do something against that person.
À ń lọ rè gbàrí ọdún gbogbo òré tá a bá sún bẹ ẹlẹ́dọ̀ mú wọlé àṣẹ ẹlẹ́dọ̀ mú wọlé àṣẹ ẹlẹ́dọ̀ mú wọlé àṣẹ.
mojúbà omi mímọ́ mojúbà kí bàjẹ́ ìbà tó tó mojúbà omi mímọ́ mojúbà kí bàjẹ́.
orí yèyé o.
The festival happens over a couple of days, actually. The Aruba is somebody specifically chosen by Osun. She's supposed to be a maiden, a very young girl, and then she serves over a period of time, depending on when Osun is ready to release her. Within the time she's serving, she gets to live under the protection of the royal house and the community. She lives in the palace. She has guards that go about with her. She earns a salary. She gets taken care of and all that. Our role is to carry the sacrifice. The agreed upon sacrifice between Osun, the goddess, and the town of Osogbo. So she's the one that carries it to the river, which is the point where Osun is venerated. And then when she gets to the river, everybody goes with her. And then once she gets to the river, and then they offer the sacrifice, and then they are done, then they declare the river open. Then at that point, others can come with their sacrifices, like I did today. And then people come in and then do their own offerings and venerations too. And then once the river is declared open, people can now fetch water from the river.
If you have a friend that's coming from outside Nigeria, what can you show the person that this is me, this is how we are, this is where we're coming from? Apart from the Osun people that have something that we can really be proud of, their festival, what else can attract anybody to Nigeria in terms of religious tourism?
The problem is the Nigerian government believes so much in foreign religions. Foreign religion is like you have gone to borrow the garment of your friend. It will either be loose in the thigh or be too tight in the chest. If you want results, you have to go through your own indigenous technology, indigenous spirituality. That is when you will get results.
We don't want to validate our identities through the prism of other people's culture. And that is the bane of development in our society today. We want to validate something from something that is outside of us. It will never work. It will create chaos and a clash of cultures and confusion. And that's the state that the African continent is in at the moment.
Osun Osogbo is mainly prominent thanks to Susan Wenger. You know, it's like as Africans, we always have to wait for a white person to validate something that is ours before we now decide, okay, this is worthy of our time, this is worthy of our attention. You know, Osun Osogbo Festival is just one of the numerous festivals we have all over Yoruba land.
There is a festival coming up on August 25th. We call it World Shango Festival. If any Olorisha practitioner is doing something, as a Babalawo, Olorisha, we all go there together. So the festival is coming up in Oyo State at August 25th, World Shango Festival.
Orúkọ mi ni Olóyè Ṣàngódélé Ìgbòho, mo jẹ́ ẹlẹ́gùn Ṣàngó ti Aláàfin Ọ̀yọ́ Empire. Wọ́n bí mi sínú ẹ̀ ni, bàbá àti ìyá mi ẹlẹ́sìn ìrúnmọlẹ̀ ni wọ́n. Ìgbàgbọ́ mi, ìgbà tí wọ́n sì ti dá mi lóṣù, ìgbàgbọ́ mi ni pé nínú ẹ̀sìn ìbílẹ̀ yìí òótọ́ wà ń bẹ, àìpurọ́, àìjalè, àìṣèké, bí mo ṣe bá lọ́dún àwọn bàbá mi tí wọ́n ń ṣe náà la fi ń ṣe.
Àdìkúta sínú ẹrù mi olùkóso àlàdó. Olùkóso àlàdó. Olùkóso àlàdó.
ìdí pàtàkì tá a fi ń ṣe ọdún Ṣàngó ni pé àṣẹ tí Ṣàngó fi sílẹ̀ nígbà tí èè wọlẹ̀ ni pé ká sì máa rántí òun lọ́dọọdún. À ń fi eléyìí ṣe ìrántí Ṣàngó. Àwọn àǹfààní tá a sì rí pé à ń rí ń bẹ̀ ni pé ní àsìkò tá a bá ń sọdún Ṣàngó, àǹfààní máa wà nínú ìlú, ìgbádùn máa wà. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ènìyàn yóò wá láti tọrọ tó ń fẹ́. Bóyá ẹni tó ní àìlera, ẹni tí ń wọ́mọ, ẹni tí ayé ń dà láàmú, wọ́n wà wájú Ṣàngó, wọ́n wà béèrè fún Ṣàngó sì ṣe fún wọn. Irun dídì, Ṣàngó náà dirun rí nígbà tó jẹ́ pé arẹwà ọkùnrin ni, ó dáa lọ́kùnrin. Ó wá fi kún ẹwà rẹ̀ láti dirun. Ìpàkànnù èkejì ń bẹ tá a bá ti dáyàn lóṣù tá a fọwọ́ lé lórí, kò gbọdọ̀ ẹni tó fọwọ́ lé lórí ò gbọdọ̀ rí ìsàlẹ̀ orí rẹ̀ mọ́.
Àrùkúta àrùkúta láì lójú ká olùkóso ìbàrẹ̀. Olùkóso ìbàrẹ̀.
Aláàfin gbọ́dọ̀ kúrò. Ìgbàgbọ́ gbogbo ọmọ ọba ni pé tí Ṣàngó bá ti wọlé bàbá àwọn ló wọlé, wọn ò sì ní fẹ́ rí bàbá wọn fín. So gbogbo ẹni ó bá déwájú Ṣàngó ẹ̀tọ́ ẹ̀ ní kó dọ̀bálẹ̀. Aláàfin ò sì fẹ́ ní dọ̀bálẹ̀ ń gbangba. Yóò kúkú wá fẹ́ kan fi lélẹ̀ fún bàbá rẹ̀ tó dé. So Ṣàngó ò lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún yàn, Aláàfin náà ò ní fẹ́ dọ̀bálẹ̀ ní gbangba. So òun kúkú wá gbà pé kóun fi lélẹ̀ fún bàbá òun tó dé. A ti ń gbé síwájú ìjọba ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò tí ì bá ní yà sí tó. Tí a bá ní yà sí, ọ̀nà tí a lè gbà jèrè wà ń bẹ̀. Àwọn aráàlú òkèèrè ń wá. Tí a bá sì wá, wọn ó ṣe oríṣiríṣi nǹkan sí ìlú wa. Tó bá ti di pé ìjọba náà nípa kan tí ń kó ń bẹ̀, yóò ní ọ̀nà tí ìjọba náà máa gbà rówó lórí ẹ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò tí ì bá ní fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú ọdún Ṣàngó yìí.
Àgbà ẹnu lẹ́bọ̀ ẹnu lẹ́bọ̀ kẹ́nu má pa mí mo yà fẹ́nu. Ẹnu lẹ́bọ̀ kẹ́nu má pa mí mo yà fẹ́nu.
Kí ẹ̀sìn wa kìí ṣẹ̀sìn ìdọ̀tí, kìí ṣẹ̀sìn àìwò, kò sí pamọ́ kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ká ìpààyàn àìfihàn rúbọ. Èmi sì rọ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ náà kí wọ́n súnmọ́ wa. Ẹni bá súnmọ́ wa yóò mọ̀ pé ìgbádùn wà nídìí ẹ̀sìn wa.
People might see, oh, traditional worship, evil man, dating, God forbid. But if you see a successful man, a righteous man, named man, what does he worship? Traditional worship. Just that small thing. You don't know the impact. That so many professors, so many educated people, doctors, engineers, lawyers, politicians, are traditional worshippers. Privately in their homes. They're not criminals. They're not doing any witchcraft thing. They're not doing any magic thing. They're just devout worshippers. But we don't project that. The only projection of that is one man who is doing some kind of deity in the village. And that's why today it's a joke. People say, your village people, they pursue you. Why? Because it's connected to your root. Anything about your root has to be dangerous. My brother, you see the destruction.
And the first thing they did when they came, the white people, was to condemn what belongs to us, so that you will remove your mind from there. And that is why any day, the moment you leave your own God and believe in another person's God, that is the day that you put yourself in mental slavery.
The people that go into government, high political office, they will carry a Bible or a Quran, and they will say something, so I promise to do something, so help me God. Where is the cause inside it? If you are swearing to uphold something and you did not add a cause on if you do it wrong, then that's what is useless. That so help me God thing is useless. You have not put a kwe inside. When you want to swear to do those kind of public things in the traditional Yoruba setting, you will put a kwe. Adura wo tekwe ni. When there is a kwe that will fight you, then that will curtail you. And that's the Those are kind of checks and balances we had inherent in our system. It's all eroded through all this Western system.
Chinese medicine today is taking over the world. They are studying it everywhere about the world. But look at us today. The same narrative the missionaries, the West used to destroy everything to make you have no sense of what. Everything important to you is called rubbish. That's why they use the word juju. You know the word juju? You know where it's coming from? You know where it actually emanated from? Check the French word for juju. It means a toy or play. In the mind, you're just playing. The religion is just a toy. It's just play. And you see Africans call it juju worship.
That's what people like Max Weber were saying, that it is the society that created God. And after creating God, we will now try to externalize that God. So that we will now begin to see what we have created as something that we begin to give that thing superlative adjective qualification. All embracing, all encompassing, the biggest, the omnipotent, the omniscient. That is we doing that. That's not what God told us that He is. And God did not tell us who He really is. But it is what we feel that God is that we talk about.
So religion tends to do that. Every religion is about a cultural perspective of a people trying to explain the divine. So they bring in all their cultural traits and try to explain a God and all that kind of thing. Now, if you are inclined to Islam, it's the Arab culture that you're advancing. If you're inclined to Christianity, it's the Greco-Roman culture that you're advancing, and you want to behave like them.
How many times did you hear that Shango devotee had gone to fight with Ogun devotees? Never. Then why is it that we are always finding problems with Christians and Muslims in this country? And it's not only in this country, it's all over the world. The moment you remove Christianity and Islam in the world, 85% of all the problems of the world are gone.
Culture, what is the culture? This is the culture. If there is a Ministry of Culture and Tradition and Tourism, shouldn't they be working with, so yeah, it would be nice if the government really looked towards that. So living in Osogbo today, like I said, my normal life continues, and as I keep walking the path, I see a lot of things that could be done better, a lot of things that could be done a certain way instead of a certain way to grow the community. And I sort of feel like myself and a couple of other people in the community should probably come together and try to do the little we can do, tiny droplets of water make an ocean. So I'm going to be dedicating my time to my business, my family, and then, I think I would be in the nearest future looking to us doing something to contribute to the growth of the community. Yeah, that's it.
I'm just a normal person, just like you. And this is my life. I live peaceful. I am not radical. I just want to spread the love of Odi Orisha.
Ní tèmi ló dífá fún bàrà ìbọ̀ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tàbélé fún bàrà àgbọ̀nnìrègún.
When they said that Jesus died and was going up, what did He give them? Is He not the representative of His blood? So there is no religion that does not believe in blood sacrifice. None.
Aláṣẹ wa o.